Walden lives in the US and I'm over here in Canada. We both worked on this Sandman illustration using traditional mediums, but achieved our final goal remotely through digital means. In this video, I share tips on ways to collaborate on a piece for visual artists, as I demonstrate my own collaboration with professional comic artist Walden Wong. We'll look at the most common ways to do a collab, top 3 benefits, how it works, and how we did ours with this Sandman. An art collaboration is a project completed by multiple artists. We each make a contribution to the same art piece. The 3 most popular ways are to add a layer, build together, or cross-pollinate. The most common collab is for each artist to add a component or a layer to the main art piece. Here, a painter works with a pen and ink artist. Richard colored in acrylic one of Ricardo's black and white illustrations. Another way is for one artist to complete a piece from start to finish, leaving space on the picture plane for another artist to add to the composition, building the scene together. Here's a famous collaboration with great masters, Jung and Terada Katsuya, working side by side on a painting as a tribute to Jung, which makes this triple awesome. Another approach we often see is when a visual artist collaborates with a writer, musician, or a brand to create something unique for their fans. The terms of agreement for collabs may involve revenue sharing, which, to keep this video from getting too long, I cover in my blog instead. From my experience, it's best to discuss terms up front rather than have a potentially awkward conversation afterwards. The 3 main benefits of working with another artist is that it can increase your knowledge, ignite fresh ideas, and boost fan engagement. You trade knowledge about your approach to doing a collab, your workflow methods, techniques, style, the tools you use, and so on. You learn a lot. Walden has a wealth of experience collaborating remotely with other artists. He's worked on high-profile projects with major studios including Marvel, DC, Dark Horse. I've worked remotely with art directors, writers, graphic designers, but never with a pro inker, and so I was keen to learn the tricks of his trade. I knew that teaming up with Walden would make me a better artist. I definitely took some notes throughout our process, which I talk more about in my blog. Fresh ideas can inspire more collaborations. Other artists might see or hear about your collab and want to join you on the fun. It can broaden your contacts. If you'd like more exposure for your art, get commission work, paid partnerships, invitation from art galleries, attract a great mentor, or just benefit from being part of something super interesting. It's also a way to boost engagement on social media. For our Instagram collab, we used this feature here. When you post your project, under the tag feature, you can invite collaborators. When they accept, the post appears in both accounts' feed. For my collab with Walden, we happen to also be working with a brand, using Speedball's products to create our piece, which made it a 3-way collab. You may or may not know the artist. I knew Walden as a fan of his work from watching his YouTube channel, but we've never met in person. I commented on one of his posts, and lucky for me, he agreed on a collab. I asked Richard how his collab with Ricardo came about, and he said he just reached out.
We had been following each other for a while. I just decided to DM and ask if he'd be interested in me painting one of his designs. Was a really rewarding challenge.
Whether you have a relationship or not, the key for this process to go well is clear communication. Since Walden and I would be creating artwork from scratch, we discussed the direction for the piece. This included the subject, format, medium, who would do what, how, and by when, because without a timeline, it just might not happen. For Richard's collab, since the pen and ink piece was already designed by Ricardo, Richard's tip for others who are wanting to try something similar is to reach out and see where that leads.
Any collaboration works best if there are no expectations.
With Walden being in a different time zone, it was easier with our schedules to communicate by DMs and email. For the subject, we liked the Sandman story because it would showcase our specialties, combining ravens for me and a character for Walden. Our medium is pen and ink. Walden is versatile, but I work primarily with dip pens, so we settled on doing the piece traditionally using the Speedball products, and used digital tools to work on the piece remotely in a timely fashion. We opted for a format that fits my scanner, which is 8.5 by 11 inches. In the end, we have 2 interpretations of one concept that we created together. Before I share the steps with you, if you're enjoying this video so far, remember to subscribe for more insights and practical tips on pen and ink. Here's how we did it. I sketched 2 thumbnail concepts, and we chose this one. From that concept, I created 2 ravens. I drew all the lines in pencil to be inked. The white of the paper stays white, and the X's indicate where solid blacks will go. I scanned the drawing as a 600 dpi TIFF file and sent it to Walden. Walden drew the Morpheus character in pencil, merged our 2 scans together, then converted the file to blue lines in Photoshop. We used the free WeTransfer service to send our large digital files back and forth. Then we each printed our blue line artwork onto bristle inking paper. That's where the real fun began. I inked our combined drawing in my style, Walden did the same in his style. At the end, we each get to keep the original art that we inked. Since the blue line is printed on the surface, it's there for good, but it still looks cool. By removing the blue lines in Photoshop, from the digital version of our special co-creation, we can each sell prints. For the step-by-step on how to create and remove blue lines in Photoshop, you'll find those links in the description below. I hope that these tips inspired ideas to reach out to your favorite artists and create something unique through an art collaboration. For more on pen and ink, watch this playlist here, and I'll see you in the next one.